All right, our penultimate session are the lightning talks. Now we have two 5-minute lightning talks to wrap us up. So first up, please join me in welcoming Alexi DeMeo from Trove.
8 minutes. Hello, my name's Alexi, and I am a data engineer at Trove. And I'm going to be sharing just a very, very quick 5-minute brief look into
No, you're right. Keep going. Yep.
my testing adventures and the data engineering landscape. And I understand that data engineering is quite a broad career. It can be a lot of different things. So I'm just going to give you a bit of backstory into like what it is that I do, well, one part of it that I do. And that's building data pipelines. And data pipelines are basically just a means of moving data from one location, a data source, to a destination, such as a data lake or a data warehouse. And during this move, the data is often transformed and optimized so that it arrives in a tabular structure that can then be queried and leveraged in analytics, dashboarding, reporting, machine learning pipelines, etc. So this would be a relatively straightforward job if it wasn't for one thing: constant change. And there are two common causes of constant change in data pipelines: pipeline code changes and changes in the upstream data sources. In my experience, most of the complexity comes from the latter. We're ingesting data from numerous sources, and underneath each of these sources, there are teams of people making changes. And these changes impact the data in various ways. So the data structure might change, the key column names may change, the data types may change, or the flow might change, or the data doesn't show up. So without intervention, we remain quite reactive in responding to these changes. Pipelines may break. I'll have to drop tools and conduct some root cause analysis and fixes, or worse, our data quality might be impacted, leading to poor data-driven decisions, costing us time, money, and reputation. So these are not really good things. So we need to find some ways to be more proactive about dealing with these issues. So we need to test our data. But how do we do that? Well, data quality testing isn't straightforward. And that's because what data quality means will vary between the sources, its uses, it will evolve over time. And depending on your tech stack, there might not yet be a well-trodden path in terms of solutions to support it. And we definitely fell into that bucket. So we wanted to run tests against our data and our production pipelines at runtime in hosted ephemeral environments built specifically for big data workloads. And these are decoupled from our data storage. So we kind of thought, well, we've got two options here. We could either write our own testing framework, or we could try to leverage open source data quality frameworks and see how we get on. So we went with that option because it's fun. And what happened next kind of felt a little bit like a first-person adventure game, hence testing adventures. But I'll spare you the details because I've got 5 minutes, and I'll just share some of the highlights. So I was able to achieve basic data quality validation. I was able to leverage some of the assertions that were pre-built into the frameworks that came out of the box. And I could create test suites of these assertions. I could generate data documentation, persist that, share that with my team. There was even data profiling. And at the end of each run, I was left with a data quality report object containing the validation outcomes, which also showed what data had failed and why if there were issues. So this is really helpful because then I would be able to trigger alerting and let the data team know there were issues. I could establish some sort of observability. Or I could automate course correction. I could halt the data before it progresses downstream. So these are all really good things. I like this. However, there were some integration challenges that required some outright hackery. And yeah, don't get me started on that one. Also, these frameworks are still really new. A lot of the features are in beta or non-existent. They're undergoing rapid development. So while on the whole, they allow us to begin testing our data in production at runtime, there have been, and there will continue to be, some teething issues while they mature. So in summary, if your company is leveraging data, you must test that data, not just the code. And I can guarantee you, on that path, there will be adventures. It's not straightforward. And sometimes, with some of the modern data environments, it's not a well-trodden path. Some of these open source data quality frameworks, they're new, they're incomplete, and there is a lot of glue work to be done. But it's a great start, so I'm excited to see where they go. And with my final words, I'd like to welcome engagement from the testing community to better help tackle some of these challenges, and encourage you, if you work for a company with a data team, to reach out, strike up a conversation, and share your testing adventures and expertise with them too. I'm sure they'd welcome it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.